What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. In today's video, we are back with what happens when you are assigned on your position. What do we do? What happened? Why it happened? And where do we go from here? So if you are excited for today's video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. We're going to get right into this right here, and the stock that we have been assigned is Pinterest. Now, Pinterest did have their earnings that came out at the time of recording this on Thursday after hours. It is now Saturday morning, and the market did not like their earnings whatsoever. Market was not a fan of their earnings, even though the earnings weren't awful. I think they had like a mixed expectations or a mixed review of their earnings report, but I think their guidance was brought down a little bit, and the market was like, nope, sold it off, and it's now down 17%. So what did Fridge Financials do? Why do we do it? And where do we go from here? Now, if you guys remember the video from the other day, I had 4 stocks on my list that I was looking at trading. HIMS I'm already in a position with, and now we are in one with Pinterest. And take a look at the chart we have here. As you will see, I had a cash care put right at about $16, as you'll see here, and it kind of went right below that strike price. It went as low as $13.84, and I was like, oh boy, we're in trouble. But the market kind of brought it back a little bit. It brought it back up a little bit, and it did, close at $15.42. But a nice level of support potentially looks like here, so maybe I might have gotten in at a good price because I bought in at $16 per share or $1,600. Next stop down below is $10, which is like, whoo, that's a crazy little drop off there. So we don't want that, hopefully. But as you'll see, we can go down to the actual, position. You'll see, sold the cash care put, then I got a sign on it the day after. Now, why did I sell this cash care put so short? This is basically playing earnings, right? And I liked Pinterest and their valuations based off of my spreadsheet that I break down the calculations to. If you want to take a look at that, you got to make sure that you are a member of the Fridge Financials channel. So take a look at the memberships on YouTube for that. And with the valuation of Pinterest, even after their earnings came out, again, as you can see, they beat on their earnings per share here, 67 cents, nice, compared to the estimated 56. So they did beat on that aspect, but again, the guidance kind of like brought the stock down, and about the future projections we're looking at, I think their revenue for the first quarter was lowered a little bit. It wasn't a crazy miss in their earnings, and the market just took it right down. And I was like, oh, all right. With their updated earnings and with me factoring in, their growth expectations, their future earnings per shares, all that kind of stuff, even with even if the values come in lower than they should be, it's still very much undervalued, in my opinion. All right. So in my opinion, it is still undervalued here. So we sold a really short dated, like a day after cash gear put, because if Pinterest did very well, I would have made a little over 2% on my money in a matter of a day, which is very, very good. So we got paid out $33. We got a sign at $16. So as you will see, the break even or my average cost is $15.67. And it's like, okay, so what do we do with this now, right? So now the question is, what do you do from here, right? Again, I think Pinterest is very much undervalued as a play right now. Even with their earnings, I still think they're undervalued. They've been slaughtered recently. A sell-off of 20% at one point, 24%, a sell-off pre-market, obviously, is an overreaction to the high heavens. Like, that is insane for what their earnings were. But, markets do what the market's going to do, right? So this is the first part of the wheel strategy, right? So if you are not familiar with the wheel strategy, basically you sell a cash secured put on a position, and you can keep selling it to whatever you want to sell it to. And then eventually you will get assigned, AKA I got assigned. Obviously, this is a very risky play because it was the day before earnings. There's a lot of IV, but I wanted to capitalize on that IV that we got. So you sell it, you get assigned, and then you sell covered calls afterwards, and the goal is to sell it above your strike price, right, or above your break even that you have right now. So that's kind of the idea behind it, is what we're looking for in this case here. The good thing I like about this trade I did here is that Pinterest is at about like $18 pre-market, or at the market close on Thursday before earnings, and I got assigned at 16, so I got like a 15-ish% discount, which is pretty good to me. You know, you basically got in at a 50% discount. I didn't sell it right at the money before earning. That's a little bit way out of the money, and I still was able to collect some good money on that. So that's pretty good overall for us as well. So what you would do is you want to go to trade hidden options. Now, the IVs for these trades here are going to be a lot lower. Like the IV pre-earnings for Pinterest was like 300%. Now it's like 50%, as you'll see here, for example. So, you know, the IV is now realized. There's no unknown implied volatility. Now it's realized volatility. So now the market is going to start to factor that in. So when you're selling covered calls for me, for example, I'm not going to go short term like these. I'm probably going to go a little bit farther out. You know, I might go to, say, March 13th, about a 30-day period here. And I'm going to start looking at some different options that I think might do very well. Because, again, now what's going to happen is that I'm going to sell some covered calls here. And when I sell these covered calls, if I also pick it above my break even, I'll make money on the shares and I'll collect some passive income as we go, right? So I like to look at the options chain a little bit. I'll give you guys a little bit of an insight as to what I look for in my options chain. First of all, I look for a decent bid-ask spread. That's very important because if you don't get filled at a good value, then you lose money already. So this bid-ask spread isn't too bad. A delta of 0.26 means that 26% of the time, Pinterest will hit $17 in this time period. So pretty good overall for that reason. Volume being at 56 is not amazing, but it's okay. So you could sell a $17, call option, and if it goes to 17 bucks, I'll make $100 on the $16 I got for each share there, plus the 32 here, plus the 33 for it'll be up $164 on about 1,600. It's about 10% ROI in about a month, which is pretty good, right? Depending on where you're looking, again, I'm trying to look for a better, bid-ask spread and looking at that kind of thing. So I may go to March 20th, which I believe is the monthly for this, and take a look and seeing here. A lot more volume of the $17 here, which is very good. Delta close to 0.30, so again, a little bit more of a risk to it. Bid-ask isn't too bad. About 41 is probably what you're going to get filled at in this case here. I could go up to the $18 one if I really wanted to, but it kind of just depends on how Pinterest is going to react in the next, week. Because now that earnings came out, now it's the weekend. Now we have a long weekend. Now the big question is, what is the reaction going to be for Pinterest going forward, right? What are analysts going to come out and do? Downgrades, upgrades, staying the same, whatever they're going to be doing. And also, how is Pinterest going to react to it, right? You want to sell cash secured puts on green days because it gives you a higher, premium. It gives you some good volatility to it. Like, you don't want to sell it here, right? Because this is already down to 89% of what it's supposed to be at. You don't want to sell it there, okay? If Pinterest has a couple percent move up in the upside on a green day, that's what you want to start looking at selling some covered calls potentially. So I don't really quite know what I want to do with it just yet. But overall, still, with my position, I'm very happy with being a sign right now. I know it's hard to believe. I just spent $1,600 on this trade here. But I'm basically flat right now on Pinterest. I'm basically at a break even right now. I got $33 in premium, about an extra 33 bucks that, was boosted up from the IV for earnings. And now I still think it's very valued. Even with updating the numbers in the spreadsheet, it is still undervalued to me. And that's what I like about it. And that's why I like to really say, you know what? I wanted to get assigned. What I could have also done is I could have rolled my position further. If Pinterest had awful earnings, I'm talking like really bad earnings, I could have rolled my position further out and waited for a better entry. But their earnings were great. Again, the forward guidance was a little bit lackluster. People didn't like it as much. Sold off 17%, which is, I think, a huge overreaction to it. PayPal had the same sell up. I think PayPal's earnings were worse. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And again, we collect some passive income. I'll make, 20, 30, 40 bucks. If you want to go, to March 27th, you can go even further if you want to, get a little bit of extra passive income there. Obviously, the big thing, obviously, is your bid-ask spreads to look for, your deltas, all that kind of stuff there. So I would probably be looking at, the March 20th one here. And I would like to see a nice move back up, a nice rebound from Pinterest. It seems like, there's a lot of support down here because a lot of people bought it up around this level here, which I'm really happy with. The hope now is that it sustains this level and then we hopefully get a little bit of a push back to the upside. Once we start to hopefully get that reversal, that's where I'm really hoping that I can start selling some cover calls on the position. Right now, I'm kind of just going to sit there and wait in limbo a little bit. A lot of people, and myself included, will make this big mistake the first time. The minute you get assigned on a position, you sell a cover call right away. Like cover call right away, and the stock goes down or the stock goes up, and then you're like, oh, okay, now I'm panicking, right? Simple rule to follow: green day sell, red day you kind of have to kind of just wait and see. I would think that's the way I would look at it, because again, after you sell a cover call on red day, you've lost some value already because the option contract is worth a lot less. So, just my 2 cents on that one. But that's it. So we have got assigned, we were forced to buy the 100 shares of Pinterest, but I'm okay with that. I like the position. I think it's great for the long term. It's a long-term play for me. And again, if we can get a nice move back up to this $23 mark, the 50% fib level, that'd be amazing. If you can go back up to $27, $28, that'd be awesome. Their earnings have just not been good, like in terms of like the market reaction. Like they always get like a sell-off period after earnings. Like they had a big sell-off here after earnings. They had a big they've had big sell-offs in their earnings. This last one back in May was actually a really good one, but the last 3 earnings has been sell-off, sell-off, sell-off. So they're a company that has no debt. They're a company that's bringing a lot of money. They have a lot of users. I think they grew their active user base, which again is still impressive to do, especially with technology and AI these days. They're still growing their user base. They have no debt. This is a company I feel like I'm going to be holding on to for the long term here and hoping for the best here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did make it this far in the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. Again, feel free to take a look at the memberships on Fringe Financial's YouTube channel. It's $6 a month for the premium one. You get a shout out over there. You also get a shout out for a $3 a month one as well. You get emojis, you get badges, you get live streams, you get podcasts, you get a bunch of member-only content that we're going to keep pushing out for you guys. So feel free to take a look at it as always. And I hope you guys make money in the market in some way, shape, or form. And as always, thank you for your support, and I will see you guys in the next video.